good to be sailing again. I think we made it to Elliott Key and the Florida Keys. It's pretty much island time.
Trying to secure these solar panels a little better. We're going through like 5-3, 5-5.
Right next to us is pretty much the end of mainland Florida. Well, this is it. The last bit of provisioning before we cross over to the Bahamas. That's insane! We just got hit by a squall and the wind picked up.
And I don't really want to stay behind just to do an overhaul of the engine.
It's not fair, I don't see with my eye.
So how much is pump out and how much is water for a little boat?
$20 for pump out and $20 to fill up water. I think we're already in the Bahamas, but we're in Miami where everything's accessible. Don't go to Rickenbacker Marina, it's ridiculous.
Especially when most of the other places in Florida are free to pump out.
Yeah.
Because they want you not to pump out into their waterways.
That was just ridiculous. I should have asked how much gasoline was at that marina at Rickenbacker Marina right next to the Marine Stadium, because the price of gas was absolutely nuts. It's pretty much as if we're in the Bahamas right now. It's like double or triple what I would have paid at a gas station.
What was the price?
It was $5.50 a gallon of gas. Just regular gas.
How much is a normal marinas?
Oh gosh, it's like 2 something per gallon. It's not that much, so it's pretty much double.
This is a day in the crossing of a Wildly Intrepid.
We are traversing Biscayne Bay, heading towards Elliott Key, which is only a 20-mile kind of day. So I'm down below trying to stay stable and do some editing. Meanwhile, outside...
What's Willis doing?
Reading a book, staying out of the sun.
Very nice.
Got enough sun yesterday.
Hard at work.
That's right.
How's Captain Katie over there?
Fantastic. Sailing away.
Keeping us on a good course.
Yep, we're at 200 degrees, almost due south. We are cruising at about 4 knots.
Nice.
100% under sail.
How's the channel?
So far, so good. Deep enough. We're cruising.
Doing?
Awesome! Feels so good to be sailing again. It's been way too long being confined to the narrow craziness of the ICW, so this is perfect. Biscayne Bay is gorgeous. It's very shallow though, we're in like 7.9 feet of water. It's blue, pretty. Well, this is so exciting. We made it to Elliott Key and the Florida Keys, and the water is super turquoise, beautiful. Managed to go in for a little bit of a snorkel, but the sun right now is quite low, so I think we're gonna have to eat some food, drink some wine, and start snorkeling tomorrow when it gets sunny. It's super nice here. It's just so calm, and there's not too many people. I think there's like there's 3 sailboats, and we're all super far apart. Life on a boat when cruising is quite different. It's pretty much island time, relaxing. Actually, I'm working on some videos outside in my new little office, which you kind of need a towel to cover the screen every once in a while. And Corey took off to try to go find some fresh water because our tanks are almost empty, so we kind of need something soon. Success?
The water is not potable.
I know.
But I got 1 jug before he told me it was not potable, because the sign said it's potable. We got like half a jug for like washing dishes and stuff, or 3/4.
Who's excited?
I am.
What are we doing?
We're going to find some corals.
And
Going snorkeling to see
Hopefully
what we
some
can see
fishes.
under the ocean.
sea turtles, maybe?
Maybe.
So, a little project in paradise. We went swimming, but then kind of got cold, so came back to the boat. And now that I'm dry and warm, I'm gonna try to make a bit of a safety line all along the side of the boat. We used to have that round line that was tied from the bow all the way to the stern, but it's not necessarily the greatest because if you step on it, it's kind of rolly. So we're gonna be replacing it with some webbing. What you up to?
Trying to secure these solar panels a little better. Up till now we've just had them basically tie wrapped to these pieces of aluminum that were then tied to our Dodger here. Sorry, not our Dodger, our Dinghy davits. Thank you. And so now I'm just using some stainless steel hardware and a few other bits and pieces. And the goal is to secure this to the solar panels so they actually stay on our boat when we're sailing. Come on.
Having trouble?
I hate doing stuff off the dinghy. It's terrible. You just move around everywhere. We've just had to slow down quite a bit because we're going through like 5.3, 5.5. Basically the depth of our boat. I'm pretty sure we're plowing through the grass and mud right now. But this is the middle of the channel. This is all we can do. So far no hard groundings or anything like that, so nice and soft down there. But it looks like we're starting to get into the deeper stuff now, which is a lot nicer, so I can speed up again. Like a hamster wheel boat.
Hey, now you look like you're boxing.
Now I'm running.
The whole time.
Well, this is really exciting because right next to us is pretty much the end of mainland Florida. We're quite south and we've got all the keys right next to us. We're just about to cross under a bridge that connects you with North Key Largo, so that's such a big accomplishment. Sometimes I just look at the map and look where we started and I'm like, wow, we've covered so much ground in a long period of time. Sailing is actually quite slow, but it's been also way more enjoyable because we're stopping at all of these places that you never really think of going to land and checking out or going in the water and all.
Gotta love plowing through mud. I feel like this past winter when we were doing snow plowing, only now I'm using my boat with the keel, making a groove through the mud. Going 3 knots so we don't hit anything too hard, but we have 4-6 right now. That's not good.
What are you up to there?
Oh, just checking the bottom, trying to see if there's any coral below us or anything that we're potentially damaging with the chain. Coming aboard, trying not to fall in the water.
Going in.
So we finally found a spot to dock the dinghy. It's a little bit unfriendly to cruisers in general in Miami, but south of Miami anyway, and Miami wasn't any better. But yeah, here at Sundowners seems to be really a sweet spot. They were nice enough to let us leave the dinghy, and they didn't even ask us to go and buy something or have a beer, which we're probably gonna do anyway because they're so awesome and it smells really good here, so maybe even have a bite to eat. Anyway, so when you see signs and it's like, no dinghies, no dinghies, no dinghies, or private dock, you start to wonder, well, are they like that unfriendly to cruisers? But there's always, so far, there's always been one place at least that's good to go.
Having fun in here?
Oh yeah, could stay here all day, but we don't have all day, so we're picking up a few goodies. I love these sort of consignment or used stores for marine. My favorite place in the world right now.
Well, this is it. The last bit of provisioning before we cross over to the Bahamas. Really excited, so we tried to get as much fresh produce as we could because it's gonna be really expensive once we're on the other side. So we're loaded up.
The final walk
In America.
with full bags. See the fish? I see the fish. Do you? Do you really? Well, we got a lot of stuff to go back. I'll see you guys shortly for an appetizer. Fuck, that's still really heavy. Just the city she loves me. Ran out of gas on the way over.
We were wondering why you drifted over. It's like Corey's really far from the boat.
So what's happening now, Alex?
I'm trying to fill up my mason jar with rice, and we're trying to stash everything in the boat that we just bought, which is a bit of stuff, so we might have to do a bit of organizing for the fridge because we can only carry so much.
You got the lighter?
This is tricky to fill up.
How much did you spend on provisions?
$208, including wine,
Excellent.
because you need your wine and beers. Hey, I think we're good. Let's make some food. What's the game plan?
Well, we're all done provisioning. Our boat weighs probably 5,000 pounds more than it used to since, you know, leaving anyway. And now we're heading back to Pumpkin Key to meet up with Tom in preparation for our crossing in 2 days. We have a bit of a blow coming in, so we're gonna anchor by Pumpkin Key for some protection and then exit the Angelfish Cut and head over to the Bahamas. It's gonna be awesome.
After our crazy expensive stop in Miami for the fuel, water and all that, we found this nice little spot just in North Key Largo, which had really affordable diesel, free water and garbage removal. It was perfect.
How's it going?
That's insane! We just got hit by a squall and the wind picked up and I couldn't see anything in front of me. There was like a wall of clouds and there's freaking crab pots all over the place here. What are you doing?
Trying to clean out the the air filter, which looks like an oil filter because it's got such thick amounts of oil all over it. And we're just having some engine issues. I have a feeling maybe some piston rings or seals have gone. Our cylinders are maybe bore out or burnt out, or anyway, there's lots of potentials and we won't really find out until we get down and take apart everything, which is just bad timing because we're going to Bahamas tomorrow and I don't really want to stay behind just to do an overhaul of the engine, so I think we're just going to kind of limp the engine around, try to sail more often than engine and choose days where we can get around sailing. But we're going through about a liter of oil every 15 hours or so, so we're going to be burning a lot more oil. Some of it's ending up in the air filter, a little bit is leaking out of the head gasket, but I think most of it's getting burnt inside the engine. But with our Yanmars, they don't seem to show up. You don't get very much blue smoke out of the back, so it's hard to say for sure. But it's going somewhere, and it's either, if it's not anywhere on the outside, it's got to be burning on the inside. At least that's what I'm figuring. So I think there's a gap between the cylinder and the piston, and the oil is getting into the chamber and burning up. However that has happened, either a score in the cylinder head or the rings or lots of different things that I'm not fully, I've never taken apart an engine to that extent, so this will all be a new process for me whenever we do actually do it. But hopefully it'll run for a little longer. It's definitely getting a lot harder to start as well, so we'll see.
So we are bringing the oil filter.
Got Tom again, he's coming back for his beer.
Uh-oh. I am making a huge mess.
Well, we've had a bit of an interesting lesson in the US. Today we tried prepping everything, getting ready for crossing for the Bahamas tomorrow. But the engine was being a little bit of a pain. So we've been like burning a lot of oil the last little while. It's just keeps getting a little worse. So we decided to do an oil change the filter, clean up the air filter and all that, and then when we went to start it again, it just wouldn't. Just kept turning over and over and over and just didn't really want to start. So finally we succeeded in starting it on our second bank, which is our marine deep cycle batteries. So that's a huge relief. It's actually working. We'll probably try later just to make sure it's all good before we kind of carry on across. And we've got pretty much all the food ready for tomorrow. Katie and I prepped a bunch of potato salad, egg salad for some sandwiches, and the supper from tonight. Just made a huge batch of it so that we get some for tomorrow as well. So I think now is just enjoying a couple of drinks, gonna have supper, and then head over to our friend Tom's boat and have a couple more sundowners.
It's hard to recreate a mess like that.
Get to relax a little bit now, finally. It's been a long day.
And we are actually doing the crossing.
There's water coming in from somewhere and we can't figure out where it's coming from yet. The whole bed is wet. Everything down there is soaked. Kinda maybe sinking.
This is the furthest from the States or Canada that we've ever been.
We're filling up with water. Land ho!
Why am I doing this? This is crazy.